Greetings guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Monette and this is my channel Evolve with Monette. For those of you that are new here, I am a professional intuitive empath, and if you would like to book with me, you can find me on evolvingwithmonette.com. That is one word, evolvingwithmonette.com. That would be book with me for a reading. So give me a moment here, guys. I've been working tonight, so we're going to get started. We are going to be laying some things to rest, and they asked me to begin by burning some bay leaf to get us started and not catching the house on fire. Okay, so they asked for some bay leaf, angels. There you go, ancestors. There you go. I do love the scent. That and Palo Santo. Palo Santo I find specifically is fantastic for working. I just have such a brilliant response whenever I'm working with Palo Santo. So, little bay leaf. Out with the old, right? And in with the new. So that's precisely, let's get our little ashes to ashes, right? Dust to dust. Okay, we're having a funeral. That's happening, and I'm not saying that with glee because this is figuratively, but we are also having a rebirth. It is very much scorpionic energy tonight. Death, rebirth, and transformation. It is what is depicted in the card of Scorpio. It's about looking into a future that you didn't even think that you could imagine, and it's about manifesting it through one of the easiest ways that we communicate. So tonight we're going to talk about a few things, including the energy of music manifestations, as well as music funerals, as well as musical interludes, all kinds of music, and how our angels use that. So that's the first quick lesson. Our angels use that, okay? So if you are not paying attention to the music that you're listening to, you're missing out on a vital piece of an ongoing communication and conversation that your angels are trying to have with you. So pay attention to that, and I'm going to teach you tonight how to use it, or how I have used it in order to exit and or enter other situations. This is a scorpionic energy when I was talking about death, rebirth, and transformation, specifically on this card. And again, this is the Light Seer's Tarot, so they're looking for the optimistic side of tarot for people that are scared or have any kind of worries. If you are not comfortable with that, I would definitely recommend that you check out the Light Seer's Tarot. The reason that I say that is because I'm going to try to find in the Spellcaster's Tarot, interesting name, but definitely, and when I say spell, let's talk about the fact that anything we say is a spell. But the point I'm making here with this is that it's a very different vision, and that's how readers kind of discern when they're using and reading intuitively, okay? So just a quick lesson here. This is death, rebirth, and transformation. But here it just says death. Whew! And it's powerful. It's powerful. Now, pulling it in this side, I love it because you see what the Light Seer's Tarot does. So it just depends on where your energy is to which one you would gravitate towards. For me, it's the light for me, sis, always. I like to look at death as a opportunity for there to be a regeneration, an acknowledgement of whatever the legacy that was left, and then we move on. When you are dealing with leaving toxic relationships, you will have to have a song to help you with that. And if you're ready to usher something in, I cannot think of a better song, or let something new begin, or to usher in an ending, because I also strategically usher in my endings when it's time. I call endings in for my highest good and the highest good of those around. It's a tower moment also associated with Scorpio. Scorpio, death, endings, rebirth, regeneration, power struggles, other people's money, taxes, possessiveness, obsession, sexual connectivity, the depths of connection, exaltation, lovemaking, tantric sex, intensity. Did I leave anything out? That is scorpionic energy. And tonight, this is what I will be dealing with, because in all of those words, you will find emotions connected to this song. It is so powerful because this is I believe music is channeled, And that's why it's powerful. It's Dirty Money. Dirty Money by Diddy, and it's Angels. I used this song years ago when I was leaving a relationship with a narcissist. I'm not talking about the recent one. I'm talking about a male narcissist from years ago. And the whole way that I was driving, I have a lot of connections with driving and leaving and understanding when my angels don't want me to be someplace. There's all kinds of weird car connections, and it happens every time. Pay attention to the synchronicities of relationship dynamics in your life. You'll learn a lot about that. But what I realized in that moment as I was driving, I listened to this song on repeat over and over, and I knew that there was something shifting with us, and I wasn't as good at my at my job at that time, and I wasn't as tuned in. I was just really beginning to have my ascension back then, and that was actually a point of contention for him, that I was having my ascension, that I was listening to meditations, that I was doing things, that I was doing readings, I was doing dabbling, and not dabbling, doing. And I remember his mother berating me about it, but wanting a reading from me, but then not wanting me to do it for other people. It's interesting how people want to hold on to your energy, empath. But I remember driving there, and I was like, I've got to put you on. And he was the person that put me on to music. He was British, and he just was just always light years ahead of his time. Aquarian, an Aquarius, and he just was really good with music. He was an absolute narcissist, but he was great regarding music. Narcissists also have their positives, right? I know that people don't say that a lot, and it's all like, they're the devil. And yes, they are. But I'm going to be teaching about how to take the good part. Whatever the thing that charmed you, there's a lesson for you there to take with you. That's their parting gift in the pile of bullshit they leave you. Back to this experience. I put him onto the song. He's like, I can't believe you're putting me onto the song. I'm usually the one who puts you onto songs. I'm usually the one who's teaching you about what's coming up or what's new. And he's like, I love it. And in that way, I pulled him into the discard energetically. I knew that I had to go, and I knew that I needed to see his true nature, his true colors. And it was an enticing way that I managed to do that, because he was now participating and we were listening together. And as we were listening, I was praying, angels, show me the truth. Before I even knew which angels to pray to, I was praying that. It was Dirty Money. It's that dirty money. And there's a part here that's done by Biggie, and I want you to kind of understand that he is building up the layers of treachery, and that's what is kind of brought about his demise, right? So he says, ain't no shook hands in Brooklyn, army fatigues to enemies. He says, look, you want to see me locked up, shot up? Moms crouched over the casket, screaming bastard, crying, I know my friends are lying. Y'all know who killed him. And he just continues to talk about, like, essentially who shot me up. And he says essentially that dying is quiet. That's what he says. That's another message for another day. Sorry to get so dark there, but the thing that's coming through with that, I'm trying to skip over it, but they're saying I need to say it. Be careful, because life and death is in the power of the tongue. And so songs are very powerful. They are spells in and of themselves. Biggie Smalls often talked about wanting to die. He predicted his death all the time. I want you to predict your life, empath. And if you're with a narcissist, you're not living a full life. Let's begin. Came to heaven just to sing a song for you. That's your angels talking. I want you to understand, I'm going to break it up into multiple parts. Everybody gets a role here, and I think it's going to help you put to bed whatever you're dealing with, or bring in whatever you're wanting to bring in. Came from heaven just to sing a song for you, to the rhythm of my love for you, and now it's beating slow, and you know it's the end of the road when I sing that slow song for you. And love was nothing but another gun for you, and I would hide it in my helpless soul. I'm not afraid to go down the road. Where we go, I don't know. Can you hear him calling? Don't you? When the angels call. Like, here's the thing. For you divine feminines, that first part of the song, and now it's beating slow, don't you know? It's the end of the road when I sing that slow song for you. Divine feminines, it's ominous, because what we know as women is when we check out, it's checked out. It's checkmate. It is the end. It's finito. And usually we leave before. Guys, this light is killing me. Give me a second, guys. It's been a long day. We're gonna go dark mode. When we get to that point, we are no longer emotionally available, and people don't realize that, and usually the masculine doesn't, or the karmic doesn't, or the karmic soulmate, and then we check out. So I want you to use that for yourself and just think about that. You know that if you have not been there emotionally, that you are ready to leave, but usually the other party doesn't know. That's a superpower that we have that I think you should utilize. If you're watching this video and you're in the throes of that and you haven't got to the other side of it, I promise you, you're going to get to the other side. But what they're saying is that's a powerful moment, because this is where you strategize. When you're in that like low place and you're like, yo, you're trying me. It's beating real slow for you, homie. If you want to proceed with caution, because you can get to this place where you're not outbursty and wild or ratchet. You're very methodical and very calculated, and that is a far more dangerous cold place. That would be the Queen of Swords if we were looking into tarot. And the hook that he sings is, yo, if you don't want to stay, you can go. It seems love don't live here no more. The angels are flying solo, singing to you. Can you hear them calling you? And this is where we're talking back to the, it's mirrored here, because we're talking back to whatever the masculine energy was that we were dealing with. And we're looking at them with a karmic, and we're saying, he's the one, or flip it, she's the one you love, because I hear them calling me, and he's the one you trust, or she's the one you trust. Like, our time is almost through. Time is running out. There's nothing left to do when they're calling you, when the angels call. The thing about it is this is a very interesting, I was like, the writers did a brilliant job here. It's a Michelle Obama meme of her being like this. It's just good. Because there are multiple conversations happening in this. Don't you hear them calling you? That's us saying to the masculine, are you paying attention to all these red flag signs and synchronicities? You don't get it. And I'm not talking about in the aftermath and all of that sky-based stuff. I'm talking about when you guys are dealing with each other and still in each other's presence before the separation. What are you saying energetically? This, exactly. And then you're also saying, because now you're living in 5D, the 5D saying, don't you hear the angels? The 3D saying, she's the one you love, or he's the one you love. Do you get it? Our ego, that's the ego death that we go through. That's why this is a funeral song. Twist, plot twist. Not exactly what you thought, right? We're not burying them. We buried us in order to come out of this unscathed. And do we come out unscathed? Message. So, and then it says, because I hear them calling me, because we are in tune, because feminine energy is spiritual energy. It's grounded energy, right? We're the ones that help the ascension. We're the ones that kind of push people into their growth. So we're aware on the 5D what's going on. On the 3D, it's back to, that's the one you trust. So let's just say that instead of he or she, that's the one you trust. Like, our time is almost through. I mourned my situation with my person for 2 full years. It sounds rather indulgent. They were a wild Taliban narcissist, so I'm not trying to make them like a cuddly, not like a porcupine that has fur instead of quills. They were full of quills and they were wild. But I knew that it was a transition, and I don't recommend anybody does anything cold turkey. Yes, you can do no contact, but you build up to that, and that's the real secret that I don't think a lot of people talk about. They're like, yeah, just stop talking to them. Okay. We all know what that is, to be in an addictive connection, also in toxic addictively. Trauma bond is the word, okay? So we're going back and forth. I hear them calling me. That's the one you trust. Like, our time is almost through. Time is running out. They know it too. That's a response from them back to you. Like, there's nothing left to do when they're calling you, when the angels call. And then I love this part, because we are now completing the cycle. If you hear the song, it's very slow. You know how I say, guys, it's molasses. Diddy does a brilliant job with the production. There's a reverb. It almost like there's a rewinding. It's like if you were to get a tape. It's very 80s. It's good. And he just goes back, and then the beat drops back in. And now here is you and your new connection, divine connection, whatever you want to call them. I don't want to get into trouble with the names. Y'all know it's like a whole hotbed of drama with the names. A divine connection is what I think I'm going to stick to. I feel like it's better. I don't want to jinx it with twin flame. I mean, I don't know. I think it could be your twin flame. Could your twin flame be a divine connection and not be toxic? I think that's what we are exploring on the other side after we've learned the lessons, because we put to bed our ego that didn't want to see the red flags and listen when the angels were calling. Your masculine, whoever that was, maybe didn't, and that's why the separation had to happen. But now, I keep telling y'all, you get a new car. I have another video up here. The video cuts off at the end, but please go watch it if you want to understand about what's coming in for you. It's super juicy. It's super good. But here's what they say. This is a conversation between you and the real counterpart. That person was a karmic. They don't matter. It was like, you know, hot Takis. It was Cheetos. It was Pops and Yam Yams and Go-Gurts. It was stupid. This is what I'm talking about here. And then he says, falling for you, I will tell the angels, no, let him turn back into stone. It says M, but I'm saying him. So whoever is in the past, because guess who's falling for you? You're falling for somebody else. Come on, divine feminine, follow me here, ladies. Ladies, come on, ladies, now let's get information. You're falling for somebody else because you finally disconnected from this toxic, unhealthy situation, or you're at least having connections or new opportunities or job opportunities come in. Your finances are changing. Life is better. Your skin's glowing. Business, you're winning, okay? You are winning, species, okay? But the thing about it is guess who else is falling for you, because everything is cyclical. Except, remember before, you were looking at the angels were looking at you, and they were watching you. Instead of talking just to them and losing connection with your divine source, with the angels and ancestors that loved you so much through whatever you went through, the angels are talking to you. You are not paying back attention to them. You're paying attention to whatever the masculine was that was toxic or karmic or narcissistic in front of you. And who were they paying attention to? Their karmic. Yeah? You see the chain? You see how that was? Who were they falling for when that was happening? While you were like, but wait a second, or whatever your feelings were. Or if you were like, wait about this job, or what about this career? Why didn't I get this thing? How come I've been so focused? And the angels are like, do you want to turn this over to us? Do you want to surrender? Or you want to keep this? Finally, when you cut the connection, now you're falling for your new life, your new self, your new freedom, your new exhilaration, your new whatever it is. Okay, you get your car. Whatever your car is, you get it, you turn the key in the ignition and you drive away, and you're feeling great. Like, I guess I won't have to die just another day. It wasn't my time to go. It's like an amen. It's just so good. And then you are in this space, but now your masculine, whoever the drama was, is falling for you. Isn't that something? And some of you guys will go back, and you know what I'm going to say about that? No. No, ladies. No, ladies. Let's get information. Let's stay in formation. You worked so hard to extricate yourself from that. And the truth of the matter is, if you really had the ego death and you really did the work you needed to, you will have assessed properly that never sustained you. See, that's the magic trick of any F-boy energy. In order for them to keep you in the loop and the spell, you have to be continuously sharing sexual energy with them, or energy with them. And if you're sharing a multiplicity of these things, you will be so enamored. It's called a glamour spell. It's literally a thing. Look it up. But you'll be so enamored with the energy that you will never come up for air to see the reality. And a lot of us can have been there forever. And I was there for so long in my last connection. I feel like I'm a survivor. Like, I'm literally going to preach about this for the rest of my life, only because I feel like you guys need to know, like, get out. If you literally just get out, you'll be fine. And you'll be like, oh, that was hilarious. I'm silly. I don't feel bad anymore. I don't feel tears. I don't feel that. And you won't feel that either, because you're falling for you. I will tell the angels, no, let them turn back into stone. That's you, divine feminine, saying to the angels, I don't give a dang about whoever was in my past. I no longer care. I'm no longer emotionally attached. When for so long, that's all you wanted, was to make that connection work and have it be honored and have them validate you. I just can't even talk straight without laughing about it. That's all you wanted, right? Y'all know. And then what happens? It doesn't happen. You validate yourself. And then amazingly, you get something or someone or a situation or not a situation, no situationships, guys, but you get a connection, you get a commitment, or you get a job offer, or you get a raise that's like bananas. And you're like, wait a minute, Jesus, and you get consultants, or you get whatever your need is. You find the right babysitter, the right nanny, you get to shop at Whole Foods more. Whatever your life is about, you get it in abundance. And it's because you disconnected from a vampiric energy drain who never, ever, 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 ever gave you that kind of love or energy ever. That kind of nourishment. Never had that kind of nutrition. Message coming up about that by Robin. Let's talk a little bit more about this. So you say to them, let him turn back into stone. I don't care. And you say, I do love you. It's true. That's what your masculine is saying to you. So for those of you guys that are like, well, I don't know how they feel, girl. They love you. They miss you. They sad. They did it wrong. They didn't just do the hard thing. We did the hard thing. We released the thing. We went through the crushing heartache. We separated. We did all the things by ourselves, might I add you, because we're bad bitches, may I say. The baddest, okay? So, but that's the thing. And that's attractive. Confidence is attractive. And that's why it's important to kind of stand in yourself and find that. Because that's really how you attract this other situation where you're like, yeah, I do love you. And he says fire, climbing. We ignore the angel's call. They were warnings after all. And then it's cool if I'm with you when the angels call. Like, this is powerful here. Because I think this is your karmic masculine being like, man, I didn't realize. Also, they were getting messages regarding their karmic and they ignored the angel's calls. And now that they've sobered up, or they've disconnected, or the sex isn't magical, or they're bored, or she's shrill, or fill in the blank, or he's, unfaithful, or he's an F-boy to them too, whoever sex is here. The issue is they're no longer enchanted. Grass is always greenest when you don't have to mow it. And astroturf is what they had. There was no seeds in which to sow it. Amen. Come on. We're the things you sow into. We are the generators of life. We are the creators. We are creation. We are the embodiment of the spark. And so when that's gone, it's boring. Oopsie. And now that masculine or karmic is like, fuck, I got played. Yeah, my stomach is even just like beep, 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 boop. Ulcers, upset energy, drains, gallbladder surgeries, drama, nausea, potential issues regarding, some of them are having, some of them have had partial strokes. That's not funny to me whatsoever. Not that the other ones are, but that, really brought on a lot of stress-related illnesses, and it's so sad because they get it. Oh, they were warnings after all. Yes, homie, they were warnings. Now back to you and, whoever. But this was also the Bonnie and Clyde. So this is a direct split mirror. The Bonnie and Clyde energy was, well, it's cool if I'm with you. Yeah, the angels are calling, but it's cool if I'm with you. Now, on your side, as you're getting into your new job, your new connection, your new magic, whatever your magic jam is, you just got your summer body, you just got your BBL or your TTLs or whatever. Whatever you did to make yourself happy, that was your reward for pain and suffering. Instead of being like, I needed to be with you in the codependency, drain, spiral of death, scorpionic energy, you say, no, it's cool now. Because I'm with you. Whatever you is, whatever that thing, person, energy, job, opportunity is, you now know that it's cool now, not just if you're with them, because you've healed some of that codependency. It's cool if I'm with you. Let's go higher, back up the chain. Now we're directing the energy in the right way. Before it was, oh, me, moo, 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 look. And now it's not just, it's cool if I'm with you, with the new boo, or the new opportunity, or the new energy, or the new job. It's cool if you're with yourself, Divine Feminine. That was the issue. And then, even more so, you look up, it's cool if I'm with you. My angels and my ancestors are my ride or die. I will always probably have a bestie by my side. I'm grateful for that. I'm very grateful for my bestie at this present moment in my life. But what I will tell you is that my angels and my ancestors, they're my ride or die. I love my bestie. I love connecting. I love conversation. I'm grateful for grounding. I'm grateful for like gut checks and punches and pulls. And for adventures, man. I'm grateful for someone who says yes and encourages me the best I can be. However, comma, they got me to be the best that I could be, and they will get you to that place too. That's returning the chain of command. Play this song as you're on your way out of a relationship. Play this song as you're on your way in to one, because it's just as intense and it's just as provocative, and it's just as alluring. It's alluring. It's alluring once you've healed. It used to be for darkness, but I don't want it to be just relegated for that, because that part about falling for you, whatever the thing is that you're falling for, Divine Feminine, you deserve that. You have earned that. This song is a tool, and the songs that will come in for you this week are also tools. But these tools are to help you get clearly to the new whatever that you've manifested. And so that you can forget the energy that you had put a lot of time in, where you had previously invested. It no longer is relevant. You've extracted the marrow from the bone. They're showing me Osabuco. They're also showing you the Sopranos. You've extracted the marrow from the bone. Your karmic masculine, the person who betrayed you, the friend group, the family members, whatever your story is, Divine Feminine, let's just say your ancestor said they're sleeping with the fishes. Okay? They're sleeping with the fishes. And I hope for some of you guys that's not actually predictive. I'm meaning it figuratively, so please hold no information that is ever revealed regarding that against me. I know nothing. But they did ask me to channel that they're sleeping with the fishes. It's the Sopranos. They said that your ancestors have taken the people that harmed you to the Pine Barrens. So if you guys are soprano aficionados, you know what that is. But we have YouTube. You're on it right now. Kids, use that old Google machine and Google an episode of the Pine Barrens. Karmics and demonic energies and people that get you off your path and distract you are literally sent here. And they're tough to put down. You'll understand when you watch the Pine Barrens. But in the end, the fate of the thing that was tough to put down is what happened to those that tried to take you down. Because your angels and your ancestors are Polly and whoever else was accompanying him on that trip. The job gets done, even if it takes a while. Energetically, your angels and ancestors want to see you get back to your smile. And there's no better way than to bring a new opportunity, boothing, or energy, or self-regimen, or personal love back your way. They've got you guys. I love you ladies so much. And gentlemen, if you're here watching, come back and join me next time. And we will continue to evolve together.